Hi,
No.
everybody.
Yo.
See, I did the thing where I jump ahead of Vino and I'm like, hey, hi, because I know if I don't, then he's gonna be like, hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Tangled Wires. That's boring shit. That's boring shit, and we gotta kick it off with me yelling at you and pretending this podcast is 10 times more interesting than it is.
This is NPR Tangled Wise edition. Today
I
we're going to be talking about the best wines to pair with your cheeses.
I have heard that NPR does have some good podcasts.
NPR, if you're listening.
I mean, they have like a bunch of them, apparently. But I've always been like, okay, NPR radio, like it just sounds. Or does R stand for radio in NPR? Does
Uh,
it?
Probably.
Okay, then it does like the kind of people who call them ATM machines. I I don't want to get lumped in with that. Anyway, NPR I think has I've heard it has some good podcasts. Now they're very mainstream, so I've always been kind of like I don't know if I'm ever gonna try them out, but
Mm.
hey, they're a thing that exists.
They do most definitely exist.
Yeah. But yeah, in any event, I'm like I don't want to do like a hello everyone and welcome to episode 18 of Tangled Wires, or I should say the Tangled Wires podcast. We are your hosts. My name is Mallardant. And then you guys would go down the list and introduce yourselves. And it's so many podcasts follow that kind of formula. Like there was this history podcast I was trying out like a week ago. It was called Dictators, and the
Mm.
podcast is based around just talking about different fucked up powerful individuals throughout history. And I'm like, ooh, this sounds like a lot of fun. So I clicked on an episode, and I kid you not, the whole podcast is like a middle-aged man and a middle-aged woman, just it sounds like they're reading a textbook.
That
You know,
Oh,
that does kind of sound on par with what I would expect from a History Channel podcast.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know if I guess I haven't either, but if you pictured a pre-recording of a textbook, like maybe that the publisher would provide with the book for people who, are vision impaired or something, and the person was trying to make it interesting, but in a very professional way,
Hmm.
that's what it sounds like. And it just made me fucking sad, you know? Like, and it's even worse because I'm actually interested in history and I've listened to some damn good history podcasts that are
Hmm.
actually interesting. But it's like, if it just sounds like school, get me the fuck out of here, man.
yeah.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. Like, you don't listen to a podcast to feel like you're in school. You
Mm.
listen to a podcast while you're in school because online learning.
I guess, yeah. But basically, my point here is the goal here is that we're gonna make this interesting for you guys. None of freaking Vino's nice lovey-dovey simple intros. No, I'm gonna scream at you because that's not a cheap trick to get your attention at all. Love me.
I just love that footnote.
All right. Well, hey, since I've already been running my mouth enough, I actually have a little bit of a story to tell
Oh boy,
everybody.
it's story time with
I hope
Maladin.
it's I hope it's interesting because I'm gonna fall asleep if it's not, and that's gonna be
Yeah.
your fault.
The fate of Trevor's awakeness is in your hands. No pressure.
Uh, I suppose it is, but I got an advantage though because I don't have a monotone voice, and I like to, like I said, I like to just yell as a cheap trick. So I'm hoping that if it does get slow at points, I'm able to make up for it with cheap tricks.
There you go.
Um, but anyway, yeah, as if I already haven't run my mouth enough, let's continue. So the story is um not good when it starts. Like a couple days ago, I woke up. This is a few days before I moved out, and I go out to my car and I find that it's got a massive black streak along one side. And not only
Uh-oh.
that, the ground beneath it is littered with shards of broken glass. and plastic because, oh, look, there's a little thing dangling right next to my window. Oh, it's the rear view fucking mirror.
Oh
Oh.
no.
It's been like beat to fuck. And like before, let me like preface this by saying I drive like an old Saturn from the 90s, because I was able to get it for relatively cheap.
Mhm.
And I would describe it before this as being charmingly chafed. You know, like when you see like an old pickup truck that's a little rough around the edges, but that kind of like adds merit to it a little bit. It makes it look
Sure.
kind of, I wouldn't say it makes it. I don't know what's the term for it, but it makes it look a little bit better.
Yeah,
Like
it
it's
gives it
got
like
some like
character.
character. That's the term I'm searching for. Yeah.
Yeah.
So my car has a little bit of that going on with it, just enough to where like it's something and it's not a major downside. Well, post this side swiping, it went from looking charmingly chafed to being like an actual beat up piece of fucking shit. Like, and I'm like, okay, this is freaking bad. And I'm thinking, "Oh, there's nothing I can really do here. There's all this crap on the ground. This person, like, they clearly did this like in the early hours in the morning or at night, and I couldn't catch them, whatever. So I go
Mhm.
back inside for a bit, and I'm just like thinking to myself, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, I'm like, okay, am I gonna have to sell this, like, this graphics card or something so I can afford
Oh.
to get fixed and stuff. I'm going down like that kind of stuff. Like,
Mhm.
what am I going to have to do to
Mhm.
make this right? And then I thought to myself, wait, I have a dash cam in my car.
Ooh.
And then,
Ooh.
and then I'm like, oh, never mind. Dash cams only work when the car is started, and
Oh.
the car wasn't started. So I'm like, well, that's not going to work. And then I remembered, oh, yeah, I drive an old 1997 Saturn. And older cars, when you plug something into the cigarette lighter, it automatically drains the battery. Versus with newer cars, when the ignition is turned off, it doesn't drain the battery. So I'm like, ooh, so maybe it was plugged in. And then I remembered, oh, yeah, I usually unplug the dash cam because it drains my battery and my car won't be able to start if I leave it plugged in for long. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe there's a small fucking chance that I stupidly forgot to unplug the dash cam and it was somehow recording the incident. So about 20 minutes after me originally going out there, I go back out there. I grab the dash cam and I look down, and lo and behold, the fucker is still plugged in.
Hey.
This back
And
and forth, I swear.
yeah, I know. Okay, I'm taking you through my fucking thought process here because like this this is like the freaking emotional roller coaster I was dealing with that morning. But I take the thing back inside, and like it's a cheap dash cam. I think I paid like what $20 for it. So I'm
Hmm.
thinking, okay, this isn't like a perfect, get out of jail free card. Things could still be fucked up here,
Yeah.
but at least now I've got a shot. Okay, so I take the little micro SD card out. I put it into like an adapter, like a USB adapter that I thankfully had the forethought to buy in the event I had to pull footage off this thing,
Hmm.
and plug it into my computer. And oh, look, there's about, I want to say 500 3-minute video clips
Oh god.
sitting on this little fucking micro SD card. So I'm like, okay, well, let's get started, boys. So I proceeded to scroll through each and every one of those little video files, one by one. And as I'm doing this, I start to realize, man, whenever it's recording at night, I can't see shit. So, like, if this happened at night, this might not do any fucking good at all. Um, but regardless, I kept on scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And eventually, long story short, after about 45 minutes, I come upon a video that is of that morning. And the sun's out. I'm guessing based upon the lighting, it was around like 7 o'clock or something.
Hmm.
Um, and my dash cam is sitting perfectly upright. And then all of the sudden, in the video footage, it comes loose and it's suddenly swinging wildly out of fucking nowhere. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck happened? Like, I was thinking, okay, maybe it just came loose and it was just like, hanging by a thread and it was only a matter of time. Then I went to the video player and I unmuted the audio. And right around the time it starts swinging, I hear a boom, like a really fucking loud boom, and there's like the sound of metal creaking, and I'm like, okay, this is it. I fucking found it. I fucking found it. Now I just have to see if I can catch the guy's fucking license plate. And I'll go ahead and send you guys the footage on Discord here so you can see it. But for those who can't see it, suffice to say that what wound up happening is, like I said, the camera is shaking violently, and I was like, is there any goddamn chance that I'm going to be able to get a hold of this guy's fucking license plate? Did he stop? How did this wind up playing out? Well, turns out as the camera was swinging violently, I'm like combing through the footage very, very slowly, and I am able to catch a singular, tiny little frame where the guy's license plate happens to be in view.
Wow.
One tiny itty bitty little frame, and the thing, like, yeah, it's a fucking miracle. And the guy just so happened to stop for just long enough. Like, if you see the footage, if you play the footage, guys, you'll see that like you can barely even tell there's a car there with how much the camera's fucking swinging around. But I got him.
Oh my god, that's so violent looking.
Looking at this, yeah, it looks like someone like threw it like a football.
Yeah, it's bad. But I got the guy's license plate, and I'm like, okay, yes, my car is still fucked up. But now when I present this shit to the insurance company, I'll have proof that I'm not lying and I didn't just fuck my own car up. Because if I had just gone to the insurance company without this evidence, I'd be like, well, some guy sideswiped me, and I don't know what happened. They'd be like, oh, okay, did you have any footage of it? No. Okay. We're gonna treat this as a regular old collision then, because we're not gonna believe what you say, and we also want to make sure we can give you the least amount of money for your vehicle as humanly possible.
Oh man, I managed to pause it on that same frame. That takes a special level of bad driving to collide with a parked car like that.
Yeah, and I'm glad you pointed it out, Trevor, because I need to point out the fact that I was pressed right up against the curb, like
Yeah.
as close as I could possibly be. I was pressed up to the fucking curb, so there's literally no excuse for this guy. And
can I want to chime in and say, looking at the car, I noticed underneath the license plate there's a website.
There is. It's a company car, and I noticed that too. And I looked the place up. It's a medical courier business. I don't know exactly what that is, but I'm guessing they deliver medical supplies to people. And funnily enough, despite the fact that I was at home, which is around like an hour and a half away from my college campus, the business is based in Denton. So another little happy coincidence is the vehicle is like closer to me, or its base camp was like right where I'm at right now, and it was really far from home.
It followed you all the way from Denton just to swipe you.
Feels like it, yeah. But now I can see why the guy wanted to drive away, or woman, I don't know what the gender of the driver is, because they're like, oh shit, I'm gonna get fucking fired, and so they're like, well, fuck that noise, I'm gonna drive away. And to be fair, like reality had to bend to fuck this guy, because how many people have a dash cam, two have that dash cam running when the car is turned off.
And it gets like the perfect frame. You see like both the website and the license plate like pretty clearly.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It was nuts. So long story short, I got the fucker. I ran it with the insurance company, and now I'm just having to wait to hear back from them. I don't know if the cops are going to do anything. I contacted the police, but usually they have better things to do than just hunt down hit and run drivers. So, well, I don't know about that, but at least the insurance folks know, and I'm crisis averted there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is some irony in a medical company causing an accident.
I know. I think it would be even more ironic if like someone was in the car when it happened, but still.
It's like, don't worry, I got the supplies.
Yeah. But like if this guy had done the right thing, pulled over, knocked on like my door and been like, I'm sorry, sir or madam, I hit your car. Here's my insurance information or here's my employer information. Okay, yeah, they still might have lost their job, but at least if they're a decent employee, they technically did the right thing, so maybe they'd have a chance at keeping it. But now,
Yeah. Now that really did their job.
Yeah, now it's like not only this doesn't matter how good of an employee you are, not only did you like do something that is morally, wrong, you committed a fucking crime.
Yeah.
Like the police could literally pursue charges. Like if I wanted to press charges on the guy, he could wind up actually facing a fine for this shit. And oh boy, and that's not even getting into if the company had to cover the fine because they owned the vehicle and they wanted to pursue legal action against the person for causing the damage and that. But it's a big mess.
Ugh.
Basically, it would be that guy's problem, not mine. So I don't care.
Can only imagine how scary of a situation that would be to be in.
Yeah, I mean, for me, yeah, but also for him. I mean, I'd be fucking
Yeah.
terrified too.
Yeah.
But I know, I'd do the right thing.
No,
Because
no, I understand.
because at the very least, like, I'd look at it as, look, I got a high chance of losing my job, but I got a much lower chance of losing my job if I go ahead and I report this and I go through the proper channels. That's how I would look at it.
Yeah, like I will say, like knowing like driving jobs like this, like if you get into an accident, you're getting fired, but like getting fired's better than being criminally charged.
Right, exactly. But yeah, that's what happened. Now I'm dealing with all the bureaucratic shit of like sending the footage to the insurance company, and they're gonna send an adjuster out to look at my car to assess the damage, and maybe like a month from now I'll know how much I'm getting for it and all that lovely shit. But in any event, the exciting part of the story is over, and I fucking won, motherfuckers. Yeah.
The stars align to like have all that.
Yeah, it's kind of like the accident I got into this past December. The accident itself was fucking terrible, but like everything following it was the best case scenario. I happened to slam, to give you an idea, I happened to slam into like the nicest guy in the entire state of Texas. Not only did the guy get out of his car and start helping people around the area, making sure they're okay, but the guy worked at a body shop and he said, "Oh yeah, I can fix my car myself. I'm not going to file with the insurance."
You
Wow.
you have the best worst luck.
Yeah, dude, because like let me tell you, like the accident itself was bad because it was like I was involved, my brother, the two of my brothers, and my mom. So it was
Oh god.
bad,
Yeah.
But everything after that, it's like okay, everything's good. No one was seriously injured. It's great. Same thing here. Out of all the cars in the street, my vehicle was the one to get sideswiped. My beat up fucking vehicle, and I'm a poor student. I'm probably least capable of anyone on that block of actually getting my car fixed. Like you picked the worst car to possibly slam into for me, but also for you because I had a fucking dash cam.
Yeah.
It just happened to work with your car on.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm repeating myself, but that for now that's my fucking story. Like I said, I fucking won. Fuck this guy, and have fun collecting unemployment, friend.
I love that attitude. I feel bad for him, but also fuck him.
Yeah, I would feel bad if he like did the right thing. Then I would. But like
Yeah.
given the route he took, I'm like, okay, nah, dude, like you fucking made your bed, now sleep in it. But okay, how would you rate that story, Trevor?
Oh, that's a pretty good story. I was interested the whole way through, and you told it really well. I didn't fall asleep.
Mission
Thank
accomplished.
you. Ladies and gentlemen, that's 2 wins for me. Like, I should probably just drop off the podcast now and quit while I'm ahead. Oh my god! Because the reason why is another thing I wanted to go ahead and pose to the group is food related stuff.
We all of
You
these.
know, speaking of food, I don't have an interesting story like Mal did. My cousin wanted me to go with him the other day while
Okay.
he went and picked up a TV monitor
So,
at Best Buy. Or not a TV monitor, a computer monitor. My bad.
okay.
So we did that, and then we went to eat,
Okay.
and we ate at a Chinese all-you-can-eat buffet.
Okay.
That's my story.
Ah,
I was expecting so
there,
much.
was, there was nothing interesting at all, but we were both excited because the all-you-can-eat buffets have been shut down for
Yeah.
a while, and he was looking up ones, and he's like, I hope one of them's open, and one of them was open, and we got to go there, and we enjoyed it, and it was great.
My favorite
dude,
part
like
about like the Chinese buffet is that there's that little tiny section for like the kids who like they have like just random American food like chicken nuggets. It's just so out of place in the grand scheme of things.
Hmm.
no, it's like going to an on the border and getting a hamburger. You can do that.
Yeah, you could, but you will want to
But like
remake.
as a little like 7-year-old kid when I went there for the first time, I'm like, I want a hamburger because I didn't like. I was like, tacos are grown up food. What's an enchilada? Like,
Enchilada.
Enchilada.
like a 7-year-old. Like you just see hamburger, you're like, I want that.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
you also know if you're in a Mexican restaurant if you get free tortilla chips with your meal. That's the sign of a good Mexican restaurant.
That
Oh yes.
that is true. Like also like if the chips are warm when they come out.
Yes, that is quintessential Mexican cuisine for like an
And
appetizer.
and if they have cheese dip, I've been to some that only have salsa, and it's like, what? How can you only have salsa? Where's
It's
the cheese dip? I do find it really funny. Queso just means cheese, but it has an additional meaning when you're
Yeah,
referring to food.
yeah. Yeah, that I guess that's what I mean when I say it's like silly because like yeah, it does just mean cheese, and I'm like, shouldn't there be like another name for it that's not queso?
Yeah.
you can argue queso is like the Mexican cheese. It's like how Swiss has their own cheese, but we call it Swiss cheese.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
queso is like Mexican cheese.
but like you gotta be insane to put queso on a sandwich. It's not like sliced cheese. You can't get sliced queso, right?
Like this is that's how you absolutely can. That's a shows you ain't Mexican. Yes,
Okay, so like, so you can get sliced queso. Is that what you're
you can't
saying?
get sliced queso, but you can absolutely put queso like put on a torta. Ooh, baby.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Absolutely, you can. I'm just saying, like, when you think, like, you can have cheese, when you're just thinking about regular old cheese, okay? Like, like, whether it's, like, friggin' Swiss, provolone,
So
Colby Jack, whatever the fuck. Like, you can take that stuff, it can be melted, it can be
yeah,
solid, it can be all of these different things, but when you're talking about queso, that's just a dip. Like, you can't, like, that's why I think a name is silly, because it's just cheese. And whenever you're, like, speaking, like, Spanish, like, because if your native language is Spanish, you gotta have like a separate name for that stuff because like how are you distinguishing the dipping sauce from just regular old cheese?
I think like the specific kinds of cheese have a name. Like I think American cheese like queso con something.
I would think it would be like queso americano or
I,
something.
I think it's like queso con americano or something like that. I'm not too
Okay.
familiar with it, but I'm pretty sure like most other cheeses that don't like queso have like their own name. While queso, like I mean, queso's like a dip, but you can use it as like a kind of a spread, like on your sandwich buns.
Yeah, I
That's
haven't
what
used it on a sandwich before though, but that sounds like a
you
really
do it
damn good
on
idea.
the way we do it is like you get like a. Have you ever had? Oh, what's that bread called? Oh God, I need to look this up because it's so specific. It's a
I,
specific bread.
I'm very curious.
Wonder Bread.
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
Mrs. Baird's brand.
No, that's not
El
it.
Burrito Mexicano.
There you go.
Bolillo, that's what it is. Have you ever had bolillo
Yeah.
before?
I've never
No.
heard of it, so no.
Same.
It's like the bread they use for like a torta. It's kind of like like a little harder bread, but like it's made to like it's like kind of pretty much you put like you can like stuff it a lot easier. Like it's kind of like a hot dog bun, but like a lot bigger and a lot thicker. It's like a Mexican bread
Huh.
we use for sandwiches, which are called tortas. And like you put like put some like carne asada in there, some lettuce, tomato, lechuga.
What about pico de gallo?
Put some pico de gallo in there.
Yeah, you gotta do that shit. That I love that stuff.
I used to not to, but I really like it. It's great mixed with other things.
Oh yeah.
You know, same here. I used to not like it as a kid either, but like as an adult, I'm like get me that some guacamole. Like the thing I was gonna talk about with food is what's overrated and what's underrated. Pico de gallo and guacamole are not fucking overrated. Like, don't at me.
I will say I don't like guac. I have tried it though. I have at least
Ah,
tried it. I'm not a fan.
okay. I don't mean to be that guy, but what about it don't you like? I have to understand.
I don't know if it's really that complicated. I just don't like the flavor of it. Like I guess for some people it would be texture and stuff, but I just don't like the flavor.
I'm guessing you don't like avocado in general.
I don't.
Okay, that makes sense. Because if you said you did, then I was gonna be like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, that wouldn't make any sense. Like it would
Yeah,
have to be a texture thing then.
Yeah.
right.
At that point, yeah.
Yeah. I can't really fault you too much for that then if you're just not a fan of avocado. But for me, it's like in terms of like dip, the ranking is like queso is like at the top. Then
Just
you've
not
got
bad.
like it's like guacamole like below that, and then like regular old salsa is like at the bottom. It's still good, but like it can't stack up to the others.
Yeah. Well, I get you.
Am I right? Or like, am I wrong, Johnny? What do you think?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never had guacamole. I forgot the name of it for a second. I mind farted, but I never had guac.
Okay, let me get this straight. You have Mexican heritage.
Yeah, correct.
You live in Southern California, which
Also
is
correct.
basically like the capital of Mexican food for
Pretty
the
much.
entire world, except for Texas and also Mexico itself.
Correct.
And you've never had guacamole.
I've never had guac. Yep. You got it.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I mean, the opportunity doesn't present itself too often.
What do you mean? It literally is like every freaking Mexican restaurant. You see it on the menu. You see it at the bottom. It says $1 extra for guacamole. Or like you get chips. You get your warm chips. They're sitting on the table. You're looking forward to them. Yeah, they'll bring salsa out, but like half the time you can like replace the salsa with guacamole or queso or something. How? What do you mean it's not common?
Because I don't want to spend the extra dollar.
Okay, so now you're just telling fucking lies. That's the real reason you're a cheapskate.
Hey, some food can be expensive. You get what you pay for, but it's on the pricey side.
Oh my
Gonna make
gosh.
it the bank.
It's not even that. It's like it's expensive. Okay, I don't know. Maybe you got some expensive Mexican places in your area, but from my experience, like it's like as expensive as going to a fucking Chili's.
Well, yeah, but Chili's is a restaurant.
Yeah, it's a restaurant, but like you spend like what, 10, $15 maximum for an entree,
It's a
and
lot
then
for a
like you're
meal.
set. I mean, like I guess if you compare it to fast food places, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. Even if I like those places, I won't spend the extra dollar because like, I don't want to spend more money than I have to. I'm content with my food being normal. Not normal,
You
plain.
Wait, they gotta have like guacamole at like Taco Bueno or like Taco Bell though, or
Yeah,
something.
okay, well, let's not use Taco Bell when talking about Mexican food.
Yeah, I know, but like, don't get me wrong. I'm sure their guacamole is complete shit, but at the very least, you know, it would be like a taste of the real thing, like maybe the 25, 50% if you're lucky of the real thing, you know?
Um, disagree.
Disagree.
I disagree.
Disagree.
I
Because,
disagree
okay,
wholeheartedly. You don't eat
okay,
Taco
like,
Bell for the flavor at all. You eat it because it's cheap, and everyone wanted to be cheap. I wouldn't be getting guacamole.
yeah, I know, but like, okay, okay, look. The real core of my point here is the fact that like you haven't had it. If you
That's fair.
didn't like it, okay, like I get it. Like Trevor, okay, you just don't like avocados. I can understand that. You haven't tried it. And when I
Yeah.
mentioned Taco Bueno and Taco Bell to emphasize how fucking ridiculously prolific guacamole is in fucking America. It's everywhere.
Correct.
God damn. I wish you were fighting me more on this because now I feel like I'm kicking a puppy.
Listen.
You just kicked that puppy.
Sometimes you need a kicking. But like, like when I buy something, I usually don't go the extra mile to get like extra stuff. I'm a simple man with simple taste.
But Vino, you gotta treat yourself. You know, every so often, treat yourself
I
is
will
like
say the only thing I do treat myself with is usually if I get dessert. Sometimes I'll treat myself. Like
okay. What does
that
that
was
look like?
so. Me and a friend were hanging out one day, and we were just like we went to go out of the restaurant, not consisting of guacamole. Um, and then we're like, let's get dessert because it was still kind of early. We didn't really want to call. We still want to keep hanging out, but like we didn't want to go back home. So we just kind of drove around, and I was like, we found like this like milkshake place just in like a random corner in like some random town, and I'm like, okay, let's go in there. And it's like a full on. It's just like a bar, but like with milkshake instead of alcohol,
Huh.
which was interesting. And then like they go in, they have like all these like fancy milkshakes. I got a thing. It was called I think like the Rick James milkshake, which was like cake themed. I don't know why it's named after Rick James. Maybe someone else does. But like it has
Huh.
like a bunch of like cake dough mixed in. The kind it's stuff to just make it like taste all like cakey, and like it's topped with like a little chunk of cake with a toothpick. It was really good.
Okay.
It was pricey, but I was like, I felt it's good. I'm a dessert connoisseur.
Anyway, the point I was gonna get at here is the fact that that sounds like a goddamn good milkshake. I gotta
Oh,
give
it
you
was
that.
really good. I don't say this lightly, but it was probably the best milkshake I've had. I paid like $9 for it, but it was worth it. It was the
Oh
most.
damn, that's expensive.
It
So like
was the
you'll
most worth the
spend,
milkshake.
like I wasn't gonna say it, but fuck it, I'm gonna say it. Vino, you are missing a significant portion of just life, like just existence in this country, and a little bit in general too, to be honest. If you haven't tried guacamole and you have the means to, you
Duh.
are. Your life will become at least 0.1% better if you at least bring yourself to try it.
There's a lot of things I haven't tried. Like, I didn't like try cheese till I was like 11.
Oh
What?
wow.
Yeah,
How?
I was just like, I was just a little kid. I was like, oh, I don't like cheese. Like, I mean, I never tried. I was just that kind of kid, and then I ate it. I was like, you know how I actually I ate it because I got a burger from Carl's Jr., which when I was a kid I got completely plain. I still usually get my burgers plain just because I fucking hate fast food vegetables. If I get it from fast food, they taste terrible. But that aside,
Mhm.
like I came home and they put cheese on it. I'm like, I don't want to go back out. I want to make the parents go back out. So I'm just like, I guess I'll just try toughing it out and maybe it'll be fine. I was like, well, this is actually kind of good, and that's why I started eating cheese, and now I love cheese.
So like your first time having cheese was on a hamburger or a cheeseburger.
Yeah, correct.
You never had like the little craft singles. You ever had like a ham and cheese sandwich growing up?
I didn't eat a sandwich, so I was probably maybe like 16.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. When I went to
No,
school,
I
when I
can't
was
believe
when I was
that.
in elementary school, I would bring just two just plain slices of bread.
No,
This
you're
is not a-
fucking with
this
me.
is not a
You are
joke. This
fucking
is-
with me.
This is not a joke. You can ask me if I knew who went to elementary school. This is 100% true. I would just have two bread sandwiches, two pieces of bread.
You hadn't had a sandwich until you were 16 because instead of bringing a sandwich in your school lunch, you brought two slices of bread with nothing in between them. Am I following this?
Yeah, bread's good, dude.
Someone, someone fucking help me. What's going on?
Dude, fucking.
Man,
I loved bread when I was a kid. I didn't want to taint it by any other thing else.
Okay,
I was
okay,
a bread
one more
man.
thing. One thing. By extension, like by that logic, I guess that means you never went to Subway as a kid either. You never went to a sub shop.
I never went to Subway, and let me tell you, I didn't miss out on anything.
Okay, fair. But like there are some good sub shops out there.
Yeah, I will say though, Quiznos, they didn't deserve to go out the way they did. Quiznos was the best one.
man, now I want Subway.
This is
yeah.
Did you go anywhere else?
Please go anywhere else.
No, I want Subway now. You got me in the mood for Subway.
God damn. I mean, at least there's like a fucking witch on my school campus, which I mean, it's nothing special, but at least it's like a middle of the road. It's whatever.
Well,
I feel like
well-
every sandwich place, it's never gonna be like, oh, this is amazing. But like, it's like, yeah, this is good.
Well, also, my restaurant selection is a little limited, and I don't feel like driving 35 minutes away to the mall from where I'm at just to go to Firehouse Subs. I'd rather drive 10 minutes to go get Subway.
Yeah, you are right. It is gonna be based a little bit on like the region you
Yeah.
live in, because for me, I can get to those kinds of restaurants within like I like just within like a 10-15 minute radius. I can it's probably the kind of restaurants I can go to, but like that's not the case for not every area of the country, I should say.
Yeah, like I feel like that's like, man, like some people live like near like a bunch of like specific restaurants. Like I'm like 5 minutes within like 10 different Subways, but like if I ever want like Popeyes, there's like one within a half-mile radius.
Oh, within a half-mile radius, that's nothing.
Yeah.
Damn, that's not even something to like get ticked off about.
It's not, but like it's just like comparing like there's like random like just fast food restaurants, well like they're just like deserted anywhere else. Like it's not so much like the Popeyes in the half-hour radius. It's the only Popeyes like anyone in like Southern Orange County.
Oh my god! Like I'm sorry.
I just happen to
but,
live
like,
near it.
I'm sorry, but like I just can't get past you didn't have a sandwich till you were 16.
I love them now. I
can't.
love me some sandwiches, especially from Quiz. I used to when I worked full time. There was a place, and so quick aside, when I worked full time, it was terrible because it was a 9-hour shift and it took like an hour back and forth. So I was pretty much, I drive to work, come home, go to sleep, and that was just my life for like 4 months. But what helped get me through that is every Thursday I had a pastrami day, where I'd go off of my work because there was like an office building like a block down. I'd go walk to it, and I'd go get the pastrami every Thursday without fail. $10 bill because I only accept a cash. Roll up with a 10, buy pastrami, fries, and a soda. Best goddamn pastrami I ever had. That's what got me through when I worked full time there. Yeah,
I hate sandwiches.
what?
What?
I do not like sandwiches. I have to be in a very specific mood to want a sandwich.
You just said you wanted Subway like 5 minutes ago.
That's
What?
different than a sandwich.
How
That's
is
a
that
sub.
different?
That literally is a
That's
sandwich.
sandwich. sandwich.
A sub is a delightful piece of food. A sandwich is a piece of shit between bread.
That's exactly what a sub is.
No.
So basically, you don't like the sliced bread from the grocery store, is what I'm hearing.
Yes.
So it's more so okay. So that's more so what it is. It's not that you don't like sandwiches. You just don't like the standard sliced bread.
Just thinking about it though, sliced bread and then you have like ham between it and mayonnaise or something, even if you mix it up and add other stuff, it's just like, wow, I feel like shit for eating this and I don't want to eat it.
See, the
Wait,
Now,
secret is you don't put
peanut
anything in
butter,
between the
what?
two breads.
now, peanut butter and jelly, though, on the other hand, that's like at the top of the sandwich list, and I can tolerate that a lot more.
But why do you feel like shit eating a ham and cheese sandwich?
It's like I can eat it once and then be like, yeah, okay, I cannot eat this for another 3 months or so and be perfectly okay.
I'm starting to wonder if like you just don't have like really good ham or like really good cheese or something. Because like if you're using like the Kraft singles for the cheese, okay, like that stuff is like like it's I can't do that stuff. But like if you have like good lunch meat, like a ham sandwich can fucking slap, I tell you.
Eh, I mean, with the right ingredients, it can be fine, but I want to make that all the time. Like, I can eat a hot dog plain, and I can eat that for like weeks at a time without getting sick of it. I'll just pull a hot dog out of the fridge and eat it cold. I
Ew.
love hot
Oh my
dogs.
I don't know
god.
about that one. I was on
Fucking
board with you
gross.
until that point. I don't know about that
That
one.
is, I'm sorry, Trevor. That's just fucking gross to me.
Hot dogs are good. I can handle those. Ham sandwiches, get that shit out of my face.
I did, see like I'll give you that, like a regular old hot dog, like you put it in the microwave or you boil some water and you put a couple in there, or even better, you put it on a grill, you cook it up, you take some mustard or whatever you want, you put it in a bun, you put the hot dog in there. That's gonna slap the shit out of a ham sandwich like almost every single fucking day of the week. But eating it cold out of the container.
Yeah, good.
I'm sorry, like ham sandwich wins like every fucking time. Ugh,
Man, I want a
me.
hot dog.
I had a hot dog yesterday. Oh, good.
Now, going off of Vino's like um discussion about how he just didn't eat anything until he was 16.
Apparently.
I was the opposite as a kid, and like my parents got me to try foods like spinach and broccoli and stuff. I ended up really liking broccoli. I do not like spinach so much. That has to be more of an ingredient in
Yeah,
something rather than
that's
eating
fair.
it straight.
Spinach also really top tier on a pizza.
I can see that, but as a
Yeah.
kid, I also was like, there was napkins on the table, and I was like, huh, I wonder if I can eat napkins. And I ate one, and I'm like, oh, I guess I can. And I never ate one again. I just wanted to know if I
You just
could.
wanted to know. You just did it.
Dare I ask, how old were you when that happened?
Oh, I want to say single digits. So I was probably
Okay.
around 8 or younger.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, I had some crazy friends when I was that age, so you know what? I'll give you a pass.
I have a question. Was it good?
It didn't really taste like anything.
Disappointing.
It didn't have a taste.
I mean, like you know,
Oh
I've
my
done the
god, I
thing
thought it was
before.
such a good idea. What if someone makes
Yeah.
like edible napkins? So like after you wipe it off and you have like you had just like a good meal, and you can eat the napkin after you wipe your hands off, so like get like a little less bit of savoriness out of it.
See, Johnny, I thought that was a great idea, and I remember getting the exact same idea when I was like 8.
See, you could have been a billionaire by now if you.
No, because think about it. Now the napkins can mold. Think about the logistics of this.
So just
If
put
it's
it in a
edible,
Ziploc bag. Like bread can
yeah, but
mold.
it's
We
not
eat
gonna.
bread.
Yeah. It's you put it in a Ziploc bag. It can still mold. It's just gonna happen slower.
Exactly. You could say the same thing about bread.
So like picture this. Picture this. You go to the grocery store, okay? You get yourself a pack of like I don't know, 300 fucking napkins for 250, whatever the fuck it is.
Sure.
You put them in your fucking pantry or countertop wherever you put them, and they sit there. But uh-oh, you didn't put them in the refrigerator. So now, since they're not in a temperature regulated area, you come back about 3 weeks from now and you have a smell coming from your pantry. It fucking reeks. You open the door and all your napkins are green and covered in fuzzy shit because they mold because they're edible.
So put it in the fridge.
So now you have to make designated fridge space for your napkins just so they mold a little slower. Maybe
Yeah,
it
but
takes
then
like a
you
month
can
or
like
two.
just have like a 10 pack. You know, it doesn't need to be like a 300 pack. It's a luxury.
A 10 pack, like 10 napkins to a pack?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like you're not gonna like use edible napkins like 24/7. It's
Oh,
like
you
it's
mean
like a
like for
luxury.
okay, you mean for special occasions.
Yeah. Like you're not gonna eat it
That makes
if you're just eating just a plain sandwich, you're not gonna use it. But if you like you like have like a nice like juicy hamburger, like a good steak, like then they're like okay,
but
I'm
like
bringing out the good napkins.
but here's the problem, like, how when you take like a really good cut of steak or a really well done burger, okay?
Yeah.
Like, in what way is like a napkin with like a slight bit of flavor really going to, in the grand scheme of things, add to the experience?
It tops it off.
Tops it off. Like, you top it off with like a soda or like a beer or like a beverage, or maybe you order some cheesecake or like some pie for dessert. That's how you top off a good entree, not with like a fucking edible napkin.
Yeah, but then you don't have to throw it away. That's less waste. That's helping the environment.
You can paper is recyclable. There's like a special section in the recycling bin for that.
Yeah, and you know what people do at a restaurant when you're working there? They put the recycling stuff in the trash. I'm keeping on behind closed door. No one's actually recycling. It's all a lie. You know why? Because people just throw it in the recycling
Oh,
bin.
you're nuts. You're nuts. We at fucking Walmart, we go out of our way. I guess this isn't the restaurant, but at Walmart at the very least, motherfucker, we went out of our goddamn
All
way
right.
to split off the trash and the recyclables. We had separate areas, we had protocol, we had everything, man. I tell you what.
AMC is much different then. They do not recycle. They have recycling bins, and they do recycling goods do not get put in there.
Okay, fine. Oh, fine. We'll go ahead and go with your point that they're more biodegradable, and because like they're not going to do as much damage to the environment if you can eat them. Okay, great. Why not just make napkins that are more biodegradable?
Because then you can't eat them.
But what? But I just now. I feel like this is like a fruitless venture.
I think it's great.
Oh,
Salt Tank, if you're
speaking of,
listening,
You know what?
give us
You
a
know what?
call.
You know what? Let me wrap it up, okay? You think it's great. I think you're 8.
Trevor, what do you think?
I think it sounds like a great kids product.
I'll
Edible
take it.
napkins birthday party.
I'll take it.
Okay,
You know,
but I wanted to say real quick. I was telling this story about me eating napkins to my sister and my mom, and my sister's like, "Man, you were a stupid kid." And my mom goes, "Well, I mean, I ate dirt as a kid." And my sister's like, "What?" She's like, "Yeah, I wanted to see if I could."
No, you get
So I'm glad I'm not alone.
it.
the reason why I gave you less shit, Trevor, is because I had a friend who, at one of my birthday parties, and by the way, I was like, I think 11 when it happened, and he was the same age as me. I think he was like 10 or 11 or something. He ate a napkin during that. But like he had, especially at that age, a really really bad case of ADHD, where like when it combined that with like being amped up on sugar, like he would do all kinds of crazy ass shit. Like to give you an idea, when he was like at his worst, we were like at this little science museum, and we were walking through this one area where like the kids could pretend to dig up fossils. There was sand and all this stuff and little plastic shovels, and we were just walking through the area getting back to our like sleeping zone. And my dad, I don't know why my dad did this, but he very obviously states, don't go into the sand.
Hmm.
And
Uh-huh.
what the fuck does my friend do? He runs immediately into the sand and he just starts throwing the shit everywhere.
Oh my god.
And this was the same kid who ate the napkin on the same night. So like that gives you the kind of idea of the person I was dealing with.
Don't do this. Ah!
By the way, fun fact, that guy's like my best friend to this day.
Perfect.
But no, you have any other great food product ideas, Vino? I'm really curious. I'm really curious.
Um, I probably do if I think hard enough, but you put me on the spot.
Oh, man, what a damn shame. What a damn shame. We would have gotten some genius insight. Would have changed the fucking world, kids. Tune in next time.
Tune in next time. We all come with food ideas.
I will give it to you, though. I will give it to you, though, Trevor. I do think it would make a nice little product to entertain the kiddies.
Yeah.
And the adults.
Oh.
It's fun for the whole family.
It feels like something I would see in the 90s, like
It really does.
guys.
Yeah, I'll give you that, but it's still a bad idea.
It's a great idea. Sweeping the nation.
Oh my god! Like, okay, and you know what? I bet. No, okay, I got one for you, Vino, and I bet
Oh.
you, knowing you, you're gonna just straight up love this idea too. Okay,
No,
you ready?
Hit me.
Edible straws.
They have those already.
Yeah, they're called
they do.
Twizzlers.
Okay, yeah, yeah, you're right. Twizzlers technically kind of qualify.
7-Eleven sold them for a while too.
They did? What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah, like they have like special Slurpee straws that you could eat afterwards.
What were they, like, candy?
I think so.
Huh.
Yeah, like this
Okay,
is an idea that's existed for a while.
I guess. All right, maybe that's what gave you the inspiration for the napkins.
Thought you're gonna get one on me? I'm ahead of the curve.
Let me tell you an idea I had when I was a kid.
Okay.
I think it was like similar age I mentioned before. I was like 8 or something. I was like, you know what would be great? Food glue.
Food glue.
And I was like, oh yeah, like when you're like eating something and like it comes apart and you want to put it back together again, the answer is no, because that like never happens. But when I was a kid, I thought that was very, very important. Like, like the sandwich kind of came apart, because I had sandwiches when I was kid, because I was a normal kid. But I was like, oh no, the bread isn't staying together like it should. Oh, I gotta glue it back together. Never mind the fact that it's all going in your stomach and it's gonna get digested and exposed to acid anyway. Nah.
Honestly, like, I would love that. Because, like, I don't know what happened, but, like, I feel like I've gotten worse eating sandwiches as time has progressed. Specifically, if it has, like, melted cheese. And especially with, like, ham. Like, I'll take a bite into, like, a sandwich, like, a ham, maybe, like, let's say just, like one of those, like, Denny's breakfast sandwiches. Like, any breakfast sandwich. I'll bite into it, and just, like, all the ham will come out with my bite. I don't know what I'm doing wrong anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, this actually brings me to another question. What do you guys think of grilled cheese sandwiches?
Oh, they're really good.
I don't like them, like, raw. I think they're better if there's, like, stuff inside of it.
I agree. Like, whenever I make one, I like to usually put some some ham in there, and I'll put like a little sriracha on top too, or inside, just to shake it up a little bit. Also, dipping that shit in salsa is a really nice little life hack. I like doing that too.
I know Red Robin used to have like a really good one. They use like 4 different cheeses, and you could put ham and bacon on it, chicken if you want it, and oh my god, it was so good. They don't have it on the menu anymore, which bums me out, but it was so good.
God damn, it sounds good. And it was at Red Robin, so it must have been amazing.
Yeah, it was on the $6 menu too. So like you didn't have to spend a lot of money on it. It was fantastic.
God damn, that's a damn shame. I would have loved to have tried that.
I think it was they took it off when like a lot of restaurants have like after COVID, like they have like condensed menus. I think it didn't like make it to the new menu. I think that's when they got rid of it. Because I know they had it for like a good while. Like it wasn't until I went after COVID when the stuff was kind of opening back up again. Where I was like, well, shit, they don't have it anymore, and I don't like any Red Robin that much. That was like the only thing I liked there.
Yeah, I went to Red Robin recently. I think it was like a couple months ago, and it was for the first time in a couple years. I opened up the menu, and I didn't realize it before, but Christ, like half their menu is fucking burgers.
It's like 90% of the menu. Like if you don't like burgers, there's nothing for you. Like you can have the chicken strips or the fish sticks. That's about it if you don't eat a burger.
Yeah, hey, but what if I want like a chicken fried steak or like, a regular steak?
No.
Like a
You eat
to
ribeye.
chicken,
another
you eat
restaurant.
ham. Yeah. Applebee's is across the street.
Okay,
Oh,
no, please, please, for the love of God, anyone watching, do not get a steak at Applebee's. You will be sad.
okay. So I feel like as a kid, Applebee's was a good restaurant. I never ate at it a lot. It was an expensive restaurant. We only went now and then, but I remember it being better than it is now.
I believe it.
I am I'm on the team that Applebee's is bad.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
mean, my thing is like it's always when it comes to like standard sit down restaurants, it's Applebee's and it's Chili's, and
Mm.
my thing is like Chili's all the fucking way.
Chili's is a
Oh,
lot better than Applebee's.
I agree with that.
Chili, honestly, you can get like they're like 3 for $10. That's just a good deal.
Yeah, no. You can
Yeah,
get some good food at Chili's, and it's
Yeah,
not like super expensive.
yeah. Chili's like really affordable for what it is. Also, if you
yeah.
never had it, their skillet cookie is fucking amazing.
Their skillet cookie,
Yeah,
huh?
it's like one of the desserts they have. It's like a chocolate chip cookie and a skillet with ice cream on top, and then I get it without hot fudge, but it comes with hot fudge. Really good.
Yeah, I don't even think you would need hot fudge for that. That already sounds amazing on its own.
Yeah, it's a seal of approval from me. But like going back a little bit, like me and my friend group, like we hang out with friends. You sometimes be like going out to like a sit down rather than just getting like fast food. We usually like doing that, but like sometimes you like talking. It's like, oh, we don't really know what we want. It's like nothing's sticking out. Like what we do is we say we're gonna start driving to Applebee's, and we're gonna go to Applebee's if we can't think of something else. And that just kind of encourages us to like pick something.
Ooh,
I like
ooh,
that.
I like that.
And it's worked. Like the closest we got, like we walked into Applebee's, we looked behind. Those are Lucille's. Like we never tried Lucille's. We just we walked in. The greeter's like hi, and we're just like bye, and we went to Lucille's. Let me tell you, Lucille's food's okay. They got fucking good biscuits, and they're free and unlimited.
Ooh.
They have like a, it's like
Oh,
this like an apple like cinnamon kind of thing, like little dip thing. Oh my god, it's incredible. I don't know what they do to them, but like, I don't like biscuits that much. It's like my least favorite kind of bread, but
oh,
it's fucking amazing.
how do you not like biscuits?
That's too dry. Biscuits are dry as hell.
They're
Okay.
dry if you make them wrong. If you
Yeah,
literally do
Most
like the
places
shittiest.
do.
Okay, okay, okay.
I
Homemade
do have to
biscuits are
agree
top
with
tier.
Ryan on
Like
that.
if
I
you
don't
can,
like dry.
like if you can,
You don't
like
like
it's like
what?
homemade and it's made well. Biscuits are great, but most people fuck up biscuits and they're too dry.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Trevor. What did you say?
Pretty much that. I agree with Vino. Like biscuits can be really good, but I don't like the flaky dry ones.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and Lucio's don't have that. Like Lucio's is one. It's expensive because it's a barbecue place, but like if you ever go, you will love the biscuits. They have my seal of approval.
Yeah, I fucking bet. Like there's a similar. I guess it's kind of sort of similar, but like there's this a small chain of restaurants in my area called Babes. They're like a
Mm.
fried chicken place,
Mm.
and they also give you like unlimited biscuits, and they don't do. And there's like no special sauce with them. They just give you the biscuits on their own. They give you some butter. That's it. They don't fucking need sauce. Like you just eat that shit straight, and it's like fucking heaven, man. It's like there's a way of making like heavenly fucking biscuits out there.
End of the day, I technically had a sandwich that just wasn't anything inside.
that's literally not how it works. That's just not how the world works, friend.
If that helps you sleep at night, that helps you sleep at night. But it was a sandwich with no ingredients, but it's still
You
a
know what?
sandwich.
Like by that logic, okay, Vina, how offended would you be if I said, "Man, I fucking love tacos. Like I eat them every fucking day. They're the best goddamn food on this planet. Just roll up a tortilla, put it in your mouth. That's it. Fucking like so easy to make and so fucking good." Does that sound right to you?
No, because that'd be a quesadilla.
Exactly. It's not a taco. Goddamn.
And the way you pronounced it got me too.
What a good episode.
Yeah, this has been fun. Totally worth taking a nap and missing the first.
we were like 3 hours late on recording this podcast.
Yeah.
But I think the payoffs were. We lost Mel, I think.
he went to go make a sandwich in anger.
He's gonna come back with tortilla thrown at the microphone, start eating it in front of us.
Yeah, I'll have you know, I 100% totally was going out there to make a fucking sandwich with guacamole on it. Just to spite you.
Right.
I got my bread right here.
But no, yeah, this was great. This is great, everybody. I was hoping we would have like a knockdown drag out here, and we fucking got it. And the best part, I'm 0 for 3, motherfuckers. I'm winning. I totally won that argument. Johnny Vino was wrong in every capacity. Yes, don't challenge me on that.
It's
No,
really an
please.
argument.
Yeah. Yes, it was, and I am the best, and I am the coolest. That's the correct answer. I'm done.
There you go. Join us next time where we talk about why Burger King is underrated.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah.
I do also genuinely believe that.
Good night, everybody.
I also think Carl's Jr. is very overrated.
Good night, everybody. Good night. See you next time.
And out also sucks.